Alright everybody, in the last few videos we were talking about exponential functions, but now we're done with exponential functions. We learned the graphs of them, some properties of exponential functions, and now we're going to go into logarithms. And perhaps the best way to get a feel for logarithms, or the introduction to logarithms, is to see the corresponding exponential functions, because all true logarithms, they have a corresponding exponential function, and you can convert to do so. And when is this important? Well, if you want to graph a logarithm, you can do so. Right, you can do so, right? And what I want to do now is I want to do the steps necessary for it. And I'm going to do it in different colors, so let's start with green. How about green? And so the way I like to do it is I like to keep the base, which is 2. And I'll read it aloud to you because it might make more sense if I read aloud the logarithm. Log base 2 of 8 is going to be equal to 3. And so I'll keep it the base, so this is going to be our first number. We're going to eliminate the log because we do not want this log sign in an exponential. Remember, we never saw any log signs in exponentials, and we want to keep it that way. But we don't want this. We don't want this 8. We're going to want to switch it with our corresponding constant on the other side. So it's going to be 3, right? Because we're switching these places. And of course, since we're switching it, this is going to be 8 instead of 3. And this is a true statement. Why don't I do another one? Why don't I do log. Okay, I've written down log base 3 of 9 is going to be equal to 2, which is a true logarithm. And now we want to convert it into an exponential function, as the question or the prompt has stated. And so we're going to use the same steps. First, we want to eliminate this logarithm. What number or what color should I use? How about pink? I never use pink. So let's eliminate log. And we're left with this base. We want to have this base as our first number, as we have here, right? So let's have our base. And you can do this along. I encourage you to have a notebook or something you can write on so you can do it with me, because these videos aren't very long. And so let's write down 3, which is our base. And then remember, you want to switch these two numbers. We want to switch the constant at the end of the equation, or at the end of the logarithm, and this number here. So let's do that. Let's do a bit of switching, and that I'll do some arrows to show you where everything's going, and I'll have blue show this change. So let's have a 2, and let's have a 9. Alright, and you can check your answers in this statement. I mean, if you don't have a calculator and you're working with long statements, this might not be true all the time, but for now, I'll show you how this is true. This is basic exponent stuff. You should learn this in 6th grade. 2 to the third power. Well, 2 times 2 times 2. Of course, that's going to be 8. And we know that 3 squared, 3 times 3 is going to be equal to 9. And I guess that's everything you'd like to do. If you need help, or if you want clarification on something, you're always welcome to comment on my videos and I'll help you out. Until next time.